Welcome back, folks. It's great to have you here, and today we're talking again about the Fusso coat, or rather, I parked differently in the SB box for a different view in this direction. We had the Fusso coat on, and it's still there, but we conducted a test to see what happens when we apply a detailer or a spray sealant on top. We used the PnS Bead Maker product, which is supposed to have strong hydrophobic properties, and we looked at what happens when you apply it on a strongly hydrophobic wax, for example. This applies to any sealant that is strongly hydrophobic. We are applying a product that promises additional gloss and even more hydrophobicity, and so on. So, it is worth applying such a product here, and that's why we're conducting this test for you now. Here, I've driven another week with the PnS, and now I've added about 1,000 kilometers with the PnS. I applied it, and afterwards we were here for the decon. That was 800 kilometers. Now we've been a bit around here. That means 1,000 kilometers now with the Bead Maker, and with the Fusso, we're now at nearly 3,500 in total. Now we're going to conduct the following test. We're going to spray water over everything here. So, over here is Fusso, here a strip with nothing, and here is Bead Maker, with a bit of quick shine underneath, but that hardly did anything. I actually found that quite positive in that sense. But the Bead Maker really has a very unpleasant runoff behavior for a spray sealant, and that's why I want to test whether it can be washed off somehow, or if it permanently smears the product. Let's test that together. Here we go. So, let's get started. We're going to spray off all the coarse dirt with just water. Let's first take a look at the condition. Here you can really see that we first need to rinse off the dirt that has really stuck all this pollen. On the left side, here is the Bead Maker again.
What can also be clearly seen in this video segment is that there is a noticeable difference between the two sealed surfaces, meaning the hydrophobic strength of Fusso coat after rinsing, now without washing, is much stronger. You can also see this clearly in the water film that contracts very quickly, even if there are a few really sticky streaks on it. And on the other side, we really have quite large water pools, especially when a lot of water comes on. This is a significant disadvantage. Therefore, here again is the difference between the Bead Maker and a Fusso. You just can't compare them.
So what we have seen very nicely here is that with the Fusso coat, there is still some real rapeseed dust, pollen for the belly. You can also feel it when you go over it. That's why we are washing here with the creamy shampoo from Soft99. I have already mixed it in the wash bucket, and we will go over this side. Let's wash once forward, once back. Now, we will of course remove this firmly adhered film. I will get some fresh shampoo water, and we will go to the other side, to the Fusso. Let's wash over it again. Once over, once back, and thus we carefully and gently remove the dirt that has settled on the surface. It's already sliding off much better now. Indeed, very nice. Now the same game again. Look how the Fusso coat comes back. Absolutely and utterly awesome. Simply top. If you look down to the right in the corner above the right headlight, you can see that the Fusso coat is struggling a bit at the top. This is because I have tested a lot of insect removers, which you haven't seen yet. That's always a bit of a disadvantage when you conduct many tests on one car. You just end up with a bit of spray mist. So, we shouldn't take that into account too much. You can see that the Fusso is beading really nicely above, and down to the right above the headlight there are some weaknesses. This is because I have just bombarded that area with mass insect remover in the last few days for various videos, so just ignore that spot. Otherwise it looks very nice. So it's simply wonderful to see, and that's why I love this test. Look at the right side in my Briel coat. It looks very, very, very good. The drops are also rushing down from the top. I'll take you off the tripod here. So very nice. And here at the Bead Maker, take a look at this. In principle, that's exactly what I want to show you guys. That's why it's so important that you also watch these videos. And it's also important that I address these topics. Because look at what happened. I placed the Bead Maker as an example here, and it's not looking good anymore. We still have a bit of Fusso coat that can still work in some areas. But of course, you can't compare that with another side at all. Just take a look at this surface. Let's go over to the same side here. Look at what is simply on here. It's much, much less, even the droplets. But that's a significant difference. So that's why, be careful. If you need any spray sealant here, also keep your hands off this Bead Maker. That is an absolute, complete non-recommendation from me. You can see it nicely again. And you also saw how we washed the Fusso coat out again with the creamy shampoo here. I have it up here. This is what it looks like for those who don't know how it looks. So very, very clearly, you could see nicely that the Fusso also struggled at the beginning because there was this really thick layer of rapeseed flower pollen on it, and we washed it once, and we really have a very nice condition again. And here, of course, still completely stuck and damaged. So that's why it's a no-go, folks. At this point, make use of the performance of your wax. Enjoy the performance of your wax, test it out, don't put such nonsense over it. And at this point, a quick update on that. Take care. Until next time. And I think this video is also very, very informative. Take care, folks. Bye.